Hello, my friends. Jacob is here once again. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm so happy you're here. You're here, like we're here right now. We're like right now in this moment because hopefully you were notified. If you weren't notified, it's the crazy conspiracy against me. Just unsubbing people and all that jazz. I'm just kidding. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. There's no reason for it, right? Because we're just sharing the truth here, and the truth sets people free, and that's what this world wants. Well, at least all of you. Today's show is going to be a kooky one, right? It's like I'm going to touch on a lot of things. Been doing a lot of digging. One thing after another thing after another thing. So what is a U.S. super soldier program? Yeah, that's right, like Captain America program in the United States that they're paying for right now. What does that have to do with a genetic huge breakthrough in the production of wheat? Terrible movie starts with the corporation that came up with the Frankenwheat, which is already Frankenwheat. Not just gonna be like even more genetically altered Frankenwheat, I guess. I just like saying Frankenwheat. So what does this breakthrough have to do with a bunch of astronomers getting they're all upset. They're like, you can't be calling it Planet 9. From now on, they want it to be called Planet X. Really? That's the one they go with? Awesome! I'm gonna bring the show to a nice little close by talking about the music industry. Huh? That's the way everybody dances today, right? This is the fun stuff. Oh yeah, so what is the music? Right now, they're going like Nicki Minaj, Ariana Grande, Madonna, all of these ladies hailing the Queen of Heaven. It's like, are they like hailing the return? Is that what it is? But all of this stuff that you're gonna find out today is gonna really, it's Tuesday, baby, so be buckled up. Hey, welcome back. You're still here. That's great. That means that you've watched me a time or two. You got past the test phase, which is me acting like a goofball. All right, Pluto fans. That was the big, you probably saw, I don't know, if you're into astronomy like me, you probably saw these headlines. Pluto fans calling objects beyond Pluto, well, it's insensitive to call it Planet 9 because Pluto was Planet 9, so they're very upset about this. So so you'd think that it would be all about, calling it Planet 9, and it's all about Pluto, and it's disrespectful. Every time you turn around, there's a new Planet 9. We're talking about this exoplanet or that exoplanet, this huge one, or the one that they were just talking about with the iron, the hot iron oxide. This is an exoplanet that's just... Little by little, it does seem that they are saying there is a planet like Nibiru, iron oxide and all. Here's this newest one. Remember last year when the ISS was in this red fog? You remember when they said that there was iron oxide in the sky? Some Russian scientist? Remember when the snow was turning red? And everybody was saying, is it the Sahara sand from a dust storm, or was it iron oxide? It's strange that this planet literally has an iron sky, don't you think? Once again, another one of those iron oxide has to do with Planet 9 too, right? Planet X, Planet Nibiru, but whatever. But I think it's cool because these guys, they get together and they write this paper and they put all their names, and they're all colleagues at the International Astronomical Union, IAU for short. So let me read this to you the way I think that they sound.
We, the undersigned, wish to remind our colleagues that the International Astronomical Union, IAU, the planet definition adopted in 2006, has been controversial and is far from universally accepted. Given this, and given the incredible accomplishment of the discovery of Pluto, the harbinger of the solar system's third zone, the Kuiper Belt, by planetary astronomer Clyde W. Tombaugh in 1930, we, the undersigned, believe the use of the term Planet 9, or Planet NINE, for objects beyond Pluto is insensitive to Professor Tombaugh's legacy. We further believe the use of this term should be discontinued.
Now here's the kicker. Ready? No more using Planet 9, okay?
We further believe to use this term further should be discontinued in favor of culturally and taxonomically neutral terms, such as Planet X.
Or Nibiru. No, it didn't. Nibiru. Didn't say it. Or however you want to pronounce it. But it did say Planet X, which I think is just really cool. I mean, that's kind of cool. Or Planet Next, which is, brought to you by Pepsi. Meteor strikes the Alabama sky. What does this have to do with anything, right? Well, it's a lot of stuff. It was just a huge radio signal. It was just, shooting down, but it had these low hertz. I think that's what they call it. They call it hertz. Anyway, it was a mysterious radio signal. It was spotted by the telescope in Canada. It's the lowest frequency to date. Something about frequency, it's important. I guess the higher the frequency, the more information it can travel. So it's strange that it's such a low frequency. And the details of the signal were posted in the Astronomer's Telegram, a website for these accredited astronomers. Patrick Boyle from Canada's McGill University finds radio telescope called the Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment, CHIME, discovered a fast radio burst, which are sharp bursts of radio waves coming from beyond the Milky Way galaxy. The FRB was detected at frequencies as low as 580 megahertz. It's the lowest detection to date. It's a big deal. I don't know what it means, but it means that there's something from beyond the Milky Way. They're catching it now at a lower frequency, which has never been calculated before. And it's strange because they're really focusing. They're really focusing a lot of attention. And just recently, Mars even said, Mars, oh, you cannot turn it into that movie by Schwarzenegger. Can't terraform it. Remember when Arnold put the hand down? It's my planet. That was another thing they said. A lot of weird stuff going on in space, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg, right? The tip of the crazy hail like the size of softballs. I mean, stuff. I mean, really, come on, the red tide. It's like, do I even have to go on right now? Yeah, it's a lot of weird stuff going on. Weirder still that, those movies where they produce the genetically engineered food because it's like a dystopian future and people are, they're starving and it's terrible. So, one agency or another, they come up with like this Frankenwheat where it's hardy, it grows in salt water, it doesn't matter, it doesn't need air, it doesn't need sunlight, whatever. It's like completely genetically modified. They said it was impossible, but they figured it out. And so that means that, we're on target for that 2050 date where they say there's going to be like 9.6 billion people and everybody's going to be starving and dying and it's going to be terrible. So, I mean, why don't we just, take a chill pill? Why don't we just all take a chill pill for a second? All this stuff that I'm sharing makes it sound like I'm spooked out, and I'm not spooked out. I'm like a superhero. We're going to get to the superheroes in a second. On Friday, the International Wheat Genome... See, this is like consortium, by the way. I love the word consortium. It sounds like...
Yes, the Wheat Consortium. Come together. Come in. All the people, come on and sit down. Everybody sit down. We're going to talk about the wheat. How we're going to get this wheat. We want to make more money. And everything's going according to plan. Half the world is like a mess. And the fish are dying, and there's fires everywhere. So, what are we going to do now? We got to feed them. We messed up, so we got to do something. We got to make a profit. That's the way they think, I think. I don't know. What happened? I got lost there for a second. Agriculture Victoria honoree research fellow Professor Rudy Apples contributed to the research, and he said that when he joined the IWGSC more than a decade ago, they thought that sequencing like this was impossible. They never thought it was going to happen because the wheat genome, of course, is 5 times larger than the human genome. It's also a lot more complex. It's 5 times larger than the human genome. It's a lot more complex, too. The
comprised of 21 chromosomes, thread-like structures carrying information. Like code, okay? Computer code. Are we in a matrix? What's going on? Yes. So they basically figured this out. And this stuff's going to be hardier. It's going to be crazy because they think that there's going to be a need to increase wheat production each year by 1.6% each year. Because by 2050, 9.6 billion. That's what they're projecting. It's 9.6 billion. It's a lot of people. It's a big planet, right? But a lot of people nonetheless. So, every spooky movie, right, starts off with the group.
We came up with the one, right? We did it. Okay, now we can rule everything.
Y'all probably didn't know that there's this super soldier program. And it's a mysterious project. It's not so mysterious. I'm going to tell you why in a second, because I know a little something about this. I've been involved in this program myself. Yes, I know. It's shocking. The U.S. military is going to pour like millions of dollars into this. Now, remember, DARPA just did this like last year. And what are they doing with again? It was what were they doing? It was like the interface, right? The neural lace interface. I mean, the money. So it's like they can implant memories, they can take away memories. They want to be able to control soldiers. With this new technology, wounded soldiers can walk again and they can be controlled, with the press of a button. I mean, that's really, I guess, ultimately, that's another one of the things that they're planning in that back room. But like I said, I know something about it. And if you don't think I know anything about this program, because, it's not just them, right? All right, let me show you. I told you. Yeah, I told you. You see, y'all think that I'm just some kind of a kooky guy that comes on here. I gotta tell you, this is my costume for Halloween. I hated this costume because of the way it makes my nose look. It's like when you're Italian, you got their issues. But I am a superhero, and I'll be honest, we all are, right? We're all the stars of the show. But the super soldier program, just like Captain America, like right out of the movies, right? Like they're injecting the serum, remember? And he comes, he's like a little guy, and he comes out, he's like jacked. He's like, I love this costume. Halloween, 3 years running. The only problem, I never wore the mask just because it kind of made me look a little goofy, Steve Rogers. So yeah, the U.S. Department of Defense documents the bioenhancement experiments to develop technologies to maximize physiological performances. This includes endurance, strength, super sensitivity, right? Intolerance to the extreme environments that are sure to come with everything that's going on today. Enhanced mental capability. So, when they're spending millions of dollars on this and you got... Can you believe I'm still in this, right? Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, this was, how's my hair? Is my hair okay? So, I don't have much hair.
This is Putin. He spoke about this last year. It's quite frightening, actually. He compared it to the nuclear bomb. Let me read this to you. It means humans acquire the capability to get into the genetic code, which was created by nature, or as religious people say, our Lord. What practical consequences can this entail? It means we can already imagine it, not so much theoretically. It is possible to create a person with the desired features. This may be a mathematical genius, an outstanding musician, but this could also be a soldier, an individual who can fight without fear or compassion, mercy, or pain. You are aware that humankind may, and most probably will, enter a very complicated and very demanding period in its existence and development. And what I've just said may be more terrifying than a nuclear bomb.
They say that they're going to be using human simulators instead of human subjects. I think and I think they winked when they said that too. So that you don't got to worry, you don't got to worry about any of this stuff. But there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on a regular basis. And that's why I love sharing it with all of you. So, increased, Frank and wheat, we got that. We got the super soldiers, right? We got the crazy stuff going on with the planet. We got the crazy stuff going on in the environment, right? And we got all these celebrities, all of these wacky celebrities. These I gotta tell you, it's starting to get funny when you watch them. Now Madonna, she's like, what is she, 60? I think she just turned 60, right? And she was just at the Met Gala, and she's doing this new thing where she's performing her new show. And of course, she has to play the same song she's always playing, which is like ridiculous. And of course, she has to try to remain relevant by, hey, I got an idea. Let's do something with a bunch of druids and we'll throw up pictures of beheadings of John the Baptist and Jesus crucified. We'll throw in a ton of shots of the Mother of Heaven, and which the Catholic will say is Mary, and we'll do this whole thing, so it'll seem blasphemous, and then people like me will come on here and we'll talk about not that they're gonna allow videos like this to continue, to go viral. You know what? Make it go viral. Just share it. Every one of you. Share it. You share it, and it gets around. That's great. I hope more people come to the channel because I think it's funny. But Madonna, so that was just going on at the Met Gala. Just weird, right? And just before that, if you saw the live stream, there was an issue with the stream, by the way. I apologize. And a lot of you said, what's happening? You lost it, blah, blah, blah. It was a big issue with the stream. It had to be taken down. I don't know what to tell you, so I took it down. So it doesn't matter. I'm touching on it right now a little bit. I talked about Nicki Minaj and how she has this new video of this Queen thing where she's like, just read completely, almost naked. Ridiculous. But the video starts off and talks about a queen and how, she returns and she, her army raises and, and as she's running around, with all smoke from, fire and all these dancers are coming out of the earth and they're all acting like they're all possessed and nonsense. And then she's wearing the Queen of Heaven headgear too. Right? And her album's called Queen. So you got that, right? You got Madonna. You got Ariana Grande. I didn't even cover this because so many people jumped on it, right? So many people jumped on it, and that's the reason. But I wanted to sit back and see, is this going to happen in other areas? And you have Ariana Grande that, God is a woman. People don't even realize how, this it's called idolatry. That's what it is. It's the worship of, this carnal realm and it's the lies of man, the lies of false religions like the Lord, which is Baal, this Baal worship that's going on everywhere. Elijah said, Lord, everywhere there's a temple of Baal going up, right? And it's and I'm alone, and I only got 100,000 subscribers. I don't even know what's going on. It's why not more? When are you gonna turn on the light? When are more people gonna find me? Which I hope they do. If you tell them, thank you very much. But there was these temples of Baal everywhere. The Arch of Baal, they were moving it from one place to another place to another place. That was there was a big parade of it just a couple of years ago. The Gotham Tunnel, how spooky and scary that was. You got the Baphomet right now in the news because it's in Arkansas. A lot of people, Jacob, why aren't you covering it? Because everybody knows about this. Everybody's talking about it. And it's making this big deal, with the Ten Commandments. Now you have the Baphomet because of the Church of Satan. And of course, you're saying we don't worship Satan, but yet we... I don't know, man. But you got Queen of Heaven, you got the Queen of Heaven, you got the Queen of Heaven, the Queen of Heaven, which is if you'll know anything, the Pope John Paul, he was caught bowing to the Queen of Heaven, right? The Queen of Mystery Babylon, or the Whore of Babylon. It's another way of looking at it. If you want to know who the Queen of Heaven is, Jeremiah talks about her. It was pagan, the Babylonians, right? The Tower of Babel. Confusion with mixture is what it means. Most commentary says that the Queen of Heaven is, Baal's wife, Ishtar, Ashtaroth, pagan goddess that Israel worshipped back in the day when they fell into apostasy. Meanwhile, you got everybody worshiping the Queen of Heaven. It's everywhere. Right? Beyonce, how many times she dressed up as a Queen of Heaven, right? What is she called? Queen Bee. It's like right in our face. It's like everywhere. And it is so cool. That's why I love coming to talk to all of you. Because guess what else is happening at the same time? The truth is being revealed. The Me Too movement, we were talking about the corruption being revealed in Hollywood, the corruption being revealed in the political system, the corruption being in the religious system, right? Everywhere. Asia Argento, I think her name is, I think she's a witch, it's pretty obvious, right? I think she says it. Her father's into some spooky stuff. Well, she was with the dude who just, killed himself. And of course, a lot of people said that it was the Clintons that, I don't know. There's so many things that are said, but she just got outed. Turns out she paid off some 17-year-old boy because when she was in her 30s, molested this kid. So here's this one that was accusing Harvey Weinstein of rape and all that jazz, which probably happened. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I do find it interesting that her boyfriend commits suicide, Anthony Bourdain, right? And it's weird pictures all over the internet. And then all of a sudden, here we find out the big Me Too girl, right? She took advantage of a young kid. At 17, my oldest, he's 17. He's going to be, it's like, I understand that. But that's really messed up if you think about it. My goodness, I'm 47 and my wife is 44. It's like, I don't know. Doesn't anybody want to be around with their age anymore? Is it just me? I don't know. Call me crazy. I guess it's just because I'm very blessed, I'm very happy. But my point is that corruption is being revealed and the truth is coming out. And while all of this craziness is going on, I didn't even get into AI today, didn't get into a lot of stuff today. You're all where you are, and I'm grateful for you. And I want to thank each and every one of you that has partnered with me on Patreon, because I was really kind of nervous about starting it. I just didn't know what to expect. And now I see, oh my goodness, this is a blessing. Now this is going to be the place where I'm streamlining myself. I'm sharing, I shared just a short little video today, and I'm sharing poetry, and I'm sharing all sorts of stuff that I can't do on here all the time. And it's also awesome because I get to talk to everybody, which is another cool thing. So I want to thank each and every one of you for doing that. And you don't need to, but it's awesome that you do because it means a lot. And if you can't, but you want to support the channel in some way and you want to, be a part of what we're doing here. And what are we doing here? Well, we're just learning how to finally live and overcome and find the truth of who we are, because we're finding that there is more. And we're finding that all of this stuff is folly and that the truth is going to set us free the instant we ask for it. So thank you all. I love you all. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.